Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 26 with the St. Louis Cardinals. And I guess this would be episode 5. We're a little bit before the start of season 2, but last video was running a little bit long and I had some stuff I needed to get done, so I ended the video a couple days before international free agency. I simmed the last few days. The only thing that has happened is we signed Garrett Crochet to a contract extension, 4-year deal, $108 million. So it's about $27 a year for a pitcher who's put up back-to-back 4+ WAR seasons. If you can give us that for the next 4 seasons, it will be well worth it. So that is the only deal that we've made. I want to thank everybody for the response to the content so far. Videos are doing pretty well as far as my channel is concerned. Again, it's been a while since I've done this, but appreciate the views, appreciate those of you who are engaging and leaving the videos likes and subscribing to the channel and commenting and all that stuff. So thank you for all of that. Again, I'll leave the link to my Discord below. So if you want to come and hang out over there and talk more about Out of the Park Baseball, we can do that there. All right. So we got to do international amateurs, and then I probably just sim up the opening day. You guys don't necessarily need to watch spring training. So I think that's probably the plan. As far as videos, it's Monday morning right now. I'm probably going to record a couple of videos today. Probably get us through the trade deadline this year. Oops, dropped my phone. And then I likely won't be doing videos every day going forward. I don't have that kind of time. This week's going to be pretty busy. I have a baseball game on Tuesday. I have to take a trip down to Springfield, Illinois on Wednesday. And then my weekend is packed. So my plan, record this video today, probably post it on Wednesday, and then the second video that I recorded probably post on Friday, and then do some more recording on Thursday and Friday that'll take me through kind of the end of next week. So if you haven't watched the last episode, I would suggest going back and doing so. It was a action-packed episode. Offensively, we signed, not Jordan Walker, offensively we signed Kyle Tucker to a 3-year contract worth $40 million a year. We were going up against a couple of teams to get him. I don't mind the short years on it. Big money, short year contracts I'm typically okay with. But this gives us a bat to replace the bat that we lost in Nolan Gorman, who we had to send to Boston along with Ivan Herrera to pick up Garrett Crochet from the Red Sox. And then we also signed Tony Gonzalez, who is an international free agent. So our pitching rotation looks much better. Our bullpen is, I think, slightly better this year with the additions of Puck and Henkes when he comes back from injury this season. I think our bullpen will be in better shape. It's still not great, but Slayton was pretty good in his time with us. Yeah, so those are the 3 big additions: Gonzalez, Crochet, and Kyle Tucker. I have a trade offer into San Francisco right now. I don't suspect they're going to take it, but it's a name that I'm going to keep a close eye on, and you'll see that when they reject the trade when we sim to tomorrow. But let's get into international amateurs and see what's available. We've got 4.75 like everybody else, and I tend to just go after the big fish and hope. That's sort of my plan with international amateurs in most cases. Rather than throwing, a lot of money or a little bit of money at a lot of players. So you got Julio Najera. Normal. I always check to see if these young guys have injury proneness, but he's already throwing 94 to 96 at 16. He is essentially a perfect pitcher if he develops that way. Offensively, there are going to be a lot of names here. There always are. You got Danny Oliva, who looks pretty darn good across the board. Extreme development risk. Were they all extreme? No, he's just medium. That may be the way to go, just because he's a medium development risk. Omar Santoyo, he's medium as well. I wouldn't take Oliva because of that development risk. I wouldn't take Willie Collin. I think the play here is to go after the pitcher. I think the play is to go after Nahara and just offer him the 4.75. Let me know how you guys handle international amateurs. This is how I usually do it. I just find one kind of big name that I want, and if my scouting accuracy is there on him, I take a shot and then just sort of see what happens. So you let me know how you handle it. All right, yeah. So I want Patrick Bailey. He's that catcher framing and catcher arm. He's essentially a cheat code to improve your pitching staff. And I think San Francisco knows that. Straight up, he'll do it for Weather Holt. Earlier he had said he would do it straight up for Quinn Matthews as well, but I'm not prepared to do that. So it's just, I think, something to keep an eye on. We have in our minor league system, and I'm bouncing around here a little bit, we've got Leonardo Bernal, who obviously isn't as good as Bailey, but I mean, he's 21 years old. He's a switch hitter. He already has a pretty solid bat against lefties. He's going to be in Triple A as a 21-year-old. So, maybe we don't need a catcher, but that's definitely a name I'm going to keep an eye on and see if we can potentially make a move for Bailey down the road. Our two top draft picks from last year, Ellwanger and Appenzeller, have both deteriorated already. Ellwanger still looks good, just not as good. You look at his scouting, and his potential stuff and movement have dropped. His potential stuff dropped. His movement has gone from a 75 to a 55 in 6 months, which stinks. And then Appenzeller, his stuff dipped a little from 75 to 70. So hopefully there's some regrowth, I guess, back in there. We will see. Because right now Chase Bentley is actually looking like as good a pitcher as Ellwanger, which is a little concerning, but we'll kind of see how it goes. All right, let's get to preseason and see if we get a budget increase. I think we're going to, just because of our ticket prices and the way the offseason went. Even though the fan interest only went up a little bit. $240 million to $250 million. So we did get a little bit, and we got Nahara. So that's awesome. We went from $240 million to $250 million, which now gives us a little bit of money to play with for this season. Obviously, that $8 million that it was listing for, or $6 million it was listing for extensions is factoring in estimates for some of these players next year. I don't know that Nootbaar is going to be, I don't know that he's going to ask for $8.5 million. And if he asks for $8.5 million, we may trade him. Palante, if he puts up another, 5.3 ERA season, is he going to be worth $5 million? I don't know. And then Walker and Wynn, those will be their first years of eligibility. So, so that number's an estimate, and that number will go up if we play well. So, yeah, we certainly got better from a pitching perspective. We now are listed as the best starting pitching position rankings in major leagues. We definitely took a step back in catching, and I don't really care about first base. And then Ciani listed as the 24th, has us listed as the 24th best center field position ranking in the league. But I don't know, Ciani gave us almost 3 WAR last year. I mean, strictly from his defense, but I'm okay with that. All right, so I'm going to sim ahead now to opening day. You guys don't need to watch spring training. So I will be back on, it's going to be March 24th for us. I have to make sure. Oh, no, I guess it is opening day. Are we playing? Yeah, we're playing the 2 games this year that are technically in Japan. So, we're just going to go ahead and pretend that Major League Baseball is playing 2 games in Japan every season, and this year just happens to be us. So I will sim ahead to the 23rd. We'll set our lineups, we'll set our rosters, and we will get going. Be right back. Hey guys, we're back. It's the day before opening day, and we got some roster moves to make, but I wanted to show off the player development. And I've got them working. I've got a lot of players working on their base stealing right now, as well as a kind of a secondary thing through spring training. See Mason Wynn, Noah, and Jordan Walker, no improvements to their plate discipline. Michael McGreevy, secondary pitch improvement. His sinker got better. He still has 5 below average pitches, so that might be something we continue to work on with him. Paredes, quality of contact, no noticeable changes. This was the big one. JJ Weatherholt's plate discipline. Potential went up by 5, and his current went up by 10. So he's now up to a 55/60, and yeah, he's going to start the season in AAA, but he'll be up before too long. He's got the splits are a little concerning. He can't really hit lefties all that well, but we'll make it work. Yostinson, I figured out how to pronounce it. Let me make sure I got that right. I looked it up the other day. It is Yostinson. Yep, Yostinson Garcia. His current eye improved by 5. Yeah, there's still a little bit of room for improvement here from Garcia. Pretty good bat against lefties. He may actually make the majors this year. We'll just have to see how the roster bears out. Elwanger, no control improvement. And then you get these little notes. Hunter Green, because that's what Hunter Green needed, was more velocity. What's his velo up to now? Yeah, it's just 100 plus. That's a really good contract for him as well. And then Jose Barrios with an uptick in his velocity as well. So just little messages that I think are neat. Rookie Sasaki out for 4 to 5 months with a fractured elbow. So that sucks for the Dodgers. We got to set our roster. We have 34 players. We have 17 pitchers. We got to get down to 13. Yeah, we have so many pitchers that are like the same that it doesn't really matter. World Baseball Classic took both of these guys out of commission. Yeah, I think Matthews is ready to go. I think even though his numbers weren't great. So who goes down? Lautos had a really good spring training, but I think he goes to the minors. No, I don't want to designate him. I just want to send him to AAA. Papham, yep, he regressed a little bit. That's too bad. That stuff, or movement rather, was what was kind of saving him for us, and he's not a ground ball guy, so we'll send Papham to the minors. We got to send 2 more pitchers down. Leahy was terrible last year. He'll go down. He's out of options. It's fine. Just send him on his way. And then 1 more pitcher has to go down. Strictly statistically speaking, it's Justin Slayton, but I'm not going to send Slayton down. The ground ball pitcher, high work ethic. I expect him to perform. I mean, bringing back King was probably a mistake. It's a mistake that we'll pay to be in AAA. That's fine. 5-man rotation with Gonzalez. Going to be our opening day starter. Let's see what it wants to do with the bullpen. Henkes as the closer. Puck and Slayton as our setup. Estrada, Contreras, Fernandez, middle relief, Thompson, Liberatore. Do either of these guys have... Puck, does he have? Yeah, I think we do this. Make him our specialist, and then we make Estrada the backup closer. All right, so there's our pitching staff. The starting pitching is better than last year. I think the bullpen is a little bit better. I think the starting pitching is going to be significantly better. How long is his contract? 6 years. Yeah, so that'll take him till he's 34. Hopefully there's no major regression. There was a little bit. His stuff and his control dropped from 60 from 65 to 60 and from 70 to 65 respectively. But we'll see how it goes. And he's got some major platoon splits. I mean, you say major, he's still really good against lefties. He's just absolutely dominant against righties. So I'm not really concerned too much about that. So now we're at 30. We have to send 4 hitters down. So we'll send Fabian and Scott down for sure. Yeah, we have a lot of outfielders. I don't think we can have Garcia. I think Garcia plays this year in Triple A, and then maybe we trade either Burleson or Nootbaar later in the season. We can't go with 3 catchers. We got to send one of these catchers down. Who had the worst spring training? What am I looking for? Game type. Pages had the worst. Bernal was 5 of 25 with no extra base hits. Only struck out 4 times in those 25 at bats. His strikeout rate was the best for Bernal. Crooks had the best season. Yeah, I think Bernal goes down just because he's 21. So we'll run with Crooks and Pages to start the season. That puts us at 27, right? We still got to send one more down. Yeah. I hate that it's got to be Garcia, but it's got to be Garcia. And that's fine for now. He'll be the first player up if there's an injury. All right, so clear the lineups. All right. Do we try Nootbaar as our leadoff guy again? I think we do. Give him another shot out in left field as our leadoff hitter. Mason, I don't want Mason Wynn batting second this year. I think we're lefty heavy. Yeah, we got Paredes, Wynn. Not really, I guess. I guess our better hitters are all lefties, right? Tucker and, well, I guess the number 2 hitters would be, I guess it's okay if we go lefty-lefty at the top of the lineup. Tucker's our best hitter, and I think do we do this? Paredes is going to start at third. It's not going to be great defensively, but we'll survive. I think Walker gets the shot in as the DH batting cleanup. Although, yeah, that power, man, we need that power to uptick. Otherwise, he's just an average guy with the bat. When again, if he developed, if he ends up like this, that's as our number 2 guy, that's fine. I kind of, you know what? Let's do this instead. Let's do this. Let's just do that. I don't know how I feel about that, but that's what we'll go with. Hamilton's not 50, 50, 50, 50, 45, 50. I do want to split it up left, right, left a little bit. So we'll go. That's a weird place to bat David Hamilton. It's righties. I think we go with Crooks, right? Because he's got pretty good numbers or stats against righties, and then we'll go Ciani ninth. Yeah, it's a weird lineup. Burleson, yeah, I'm fine starting Burleson there every few games. We'll start him there. The problem with trading him and calling up Garcia is that they're opposites, right? Burleson can't field, but from a hitting perspective, they're opposites. Burleson's good against righties and Garcia's good against lefties, but that's a bridge we'll cross later. So, yeah, it's a weird lineup. I think 1 through 4 is okay, potentially. Walker, if that power develops, could be fine. I mean, he did give us. No, he was bad last year. I was looking at something else. Hamilton, again, a weird spot. It's an RBI spot in the lineup for somebody who doesn't, like, that's not his job. His job is to get on base and steal bases. They do have that brought all the way up, yeah. I want to go here before I do anything else, and I want to steal more bases. I don't want to be ridiculous with it, but I definitely want to steal more bases. We have Wynn and Hamilton and Ciani. Those are the three. Each of those guys should easily steal the 25 to 30 bases. That should be a no-brainer. So I think I've got, yeah, it's pumped up for him too. All right. Copy that lineup. Let's paste it against lefties. And what changes do we make against lefties? So Pages will come in here. Hamilton. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really have any noticeable splits. So batting him where we bat him is fine. Same thing with Newbar. He doesn't really have any splits. But I think just for the sake of splitting things up at the bottom of the order, we'll do this. We'll move Strand up. He's a bit better against lefties than he is against righties. He's not going to play as much against lefties. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's okay. I guess that is okay. Let's see. Is there anybody on the waiver wire? Might not be until tomorrow. Yeah, let's some ahead of day. Get to opening day. All right. Oh, right. These are the what do you call it? The player development. God, you can get the words out. So Quinn Matthews improved his control. Current control improved by less than 5, so you won't see a big improvement there. Jordan Walker's base stealing was outstanding. What do we lose here? Okay, his leg proneness increased from normal bordering on durable to somewhat normal. So that's not great, but, So Walker got a 5% bump in stealing and stealing aggressiveness. So that'll help him there. Garcia, same thing. Outstanding for Ciani, so same thing. And again, he should run a bunch. Kyle Tucker, stealing improves by 5. Victor Scott. Yeah, so that was good. That was a good run down the stretch there. The Reds seem to think Candelario is a good fit in left field. Okay, so it's interesting. It's telling you some new positions for some of these guys. Yeah, Candelario had a monster season for the Reds last season. Did he play third last year? Third and first. He was below average at third, but look at that bat. I mean, where did that come from Yeimer Candelario? That's a reasonable deal as well. Adley Rutschman moving to right field, probably to make room for Basallo, right? They wouldn't be willing to trade him since they moved him to right field, would they? I can't imagine they would, but for Crochet or Gonzalez. Okay, well, no thank you. Just curious. Braden Montgomery with the White Sox, the former Red Sox farmhand. Top 100 prospects. Appenzeller is 7th. So we've got the 7th best prospect in the majors. That's not where I wanted to go. This is where I wanted to go. We are 4th. Appenzeller, Elwanger, and Matthews. So 3 pitchers in the top 25, and that is it. Who's the top prospect? Sebastian Walcott of the Rangers. Cleto Unho is number 2. Okay. Waiver wire. That's what I wanted to look at before we played the game. Taylor Trammell is on the waiver wire. I always liked him. I liked the personality, the defense, the speed. The bat never came along, but I always liked Trammell. In fact, he might be a cheaper option to somebody like Burleson. He can hit enough. He had 18 home runs last season for Houston. He's got some speed. He's got that high work ethic and everything else, but not this year. Maybe next year. And then from a pitching perspective, Luis Gil. Maybe we just grab Luis Gil now for free. He had an amazing season last year, but Jesus Luzardo is making 7. He had a good year last year. Surprised to see him on waivers. I don't know what I'm looking for here. I'm just maybe there's something that we can add to our pitching staff that will help. And I've noticed that pitchers with this type of profile, the low stuff, the okay movement, okay control, and below average pitches, they seem to outproduce their ratings, which it's fine. It gives you an opportunity to sorry, my office is freezing. I'm up in my office. The heat's been off up here for a week, although it was 75 degrees Friday and Saturday. Yesterday here in Chicago, it snowed all day, so my office is cold, so I'm blowing into my hands. Louis Patino. He's got a ways to go in that development. Sean Reed Foley. I don't like the control, but another pitcher that had a really good year last year for the Mets. Really back-to-back really good seasons. All right, I think we're okay. Let's play opening day, or let the AI play opening day. I guess. Is there anything else we have to do? I don't think so. So we'll just jump in. So we'll do what we did last year. We'll play opening day. We'll come back and we'll play April together. I'll do May offline. Or no, I'll sim the rest of April. We'll come back and do May and the draft thingy together. All right, so here's what we're going with. Nootbaar, Wynn, Tucker, Paredes, Walker, Hamilton, Encarnacion, Strand, Crooks, and Ciani with Tony Gonzalez on the mound. They got Merrill, Machado, Tatis, Murphy, Bogarts, Lukes, Rosario, Chang, Jose Rendon, and then they're starting Nick Pivetta on opening day. All right. Game sound off, and we'll jump in. We are at Busch Stadium. You've got your dynamic screen out here in right field, which I love. It's a ballpark I would love to go to. It's not that I can get down there. It's a 4.5 hour drive from Chicago or something. I'd love to go down to see a game down here at Busch Stadium at some point. Maybe I can. I mean, my summers are pretty booked with baseball of my own, but I might be able to find time to get down there once our season's over. Our season typically ends the very beginning of September. So Gonzalez comes up and he strikes out the first batter he faces in the majors. Now he's got Machado. Strikes him out. And Tatis. Line drive to left. That'll be extra bases for Tatis. So I think what I'll do is I'll continue to play these opening day games, and then when we get into the postseason, if we have any game 7s, I will probably play those as well. All right, so he strikes out the side in the first. That'll play. So yeah, that's probably how I handle things. Play opening days and play any game 7s. Whoa, Nick Pivetta got over to first quickly. Two-way for Tucker. His first at bat as a Cardinal is a ground out to first. Bogarts. And Gonzalez has 4 outs. They're all strikeouts. Luke's grounds it to third. 2 away. Rosario draws a walk. Hits the next batter. All right, so we got the number 9 hitter. So 5 strikeouts in 2 innings for Gonzalez. Paredes with a bloop hit to center field. Isak with our first base hit of the year. And I believe it is Isak. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think it's Isaac. I think it's Isak. Walker strikes out swinging. Hamilton grounds to short. A 6-4-3 double play. Jackson Merrill again. Fly ball to right. 1 out. Machado. Yeah, I'm not really feeling the Jordan Walker experience so far. I've had some comments in the chat that the bust watch, or the comments that that the bust watch is on for Walker, and I think that's a real thing. You know, if he doesn't start to hit for a little bit of power, if that power stays at a 55, as Encarnacion Strand drives it out to right center field, and that's a little Oppo taco job for Christian Encarnacion Strand. Solo home run gives us a 1-0 lead. Yeah, if that power doesn't start to improve, like if that doesn't end up at a 65 by the end of this year, that's a real possibility. Another double play. Nootbaar. I don't want to trade him just because, you know, he's one of those young players who are sort of locked up here for a little bit. You know, we've got some money invested in some other players. It allows us to be cheap. If he doesn't hit, he doesn't hit. I don't know what else to do. Bogarts pops out. Did I set... Oh, please tell me I set... what am I doing? I want to look at... Yep. I got to remember to do that. I almost forgot to do that. Okay. Don't want him pulled at the 80 pitch mark. Hopefully that sticks, considering it's the same game. 7 strikeouts for Gonzalez through 4. Mason Wynn leads off. Strikeout for Wynn. Now Tucker. Pavetta's pitching well too. Paredes to deep left center field. Is that going to get out? No, right to the wall. Paredes gave it a ride. Another strikeout for Gonzalez. He's got 8. He's got 9. He's going to strike out the side. He certainly is. He's got 10 Ks through 5 innings. Now Jordan Walker leading it off. Is that going to have enough? It's not going to have enough, but it's going to be extra bases. 1 hops the wall for Walker. He picks up a leadoff triple. You like that? Now we got Hamilton with the infield in. Grounds to third. Runner stays. Encarnacion Strand. Come on, Christian. And the catch is going to be made. Not going to be able to tag up, so the runner's still at third base. Now we need a hit from Crooks. Oh, we don't get it. That is brutal. Gonzalez still out there. That one could come back to hurt us. That one could come back to hurt us. Machado's 0 for 2. Grounds at the second. Now Tatis. Ball to left. Gonzalez has given us 6 shutout with 1 hit. Bottom of the order, Ciani. Pivetta still going well. Ciani with a line drive to center. That's an out. Now Nootbaar. I don't know if that's going to be a hit or an error, but it goes down the right field line. Nootbaar is going to be at second with a double. All right, so we got a 1-out runner in scoring position for Mason Wynn, who strikes out. Now Kyle Tucker. Is that going to get down? It's going to get down. Is the runner going to come home to score? Nootbaar comes in to score. It's an RBI single for Kyle Tucker. And we have taken a 2-0 lead. Justin Topa in now for Pivetta. He'll pitch to Paredes, and he'll strike him out. Go to the 7th. Gonzalez to first. 1 away. 6 1/3. He's at 83 pitches. Here's Bogarts. Here's strikeout 11. Oh, ball gets to the backstop, and we're going to throw him out at first. Now Nathan Lukes. I would say Tony Gonzalez, major league debut, has been successful so far. 7 innings, 1 hit, 11 Ks. Now Walker pops out to third. Hamilton lines out to third. And Encarnacion Strand strikes out. We go to the 8th. Gonzalez still out there. He'll face Igai Rosario, and he'll strike him out. He'll face Sung Chae Chang, and he'll strike him out. And now Junior Severino, the pinch hitter, will ground to second. Oh, the E4. Oh, please don't have the... Oh, they bring in Puck. So 7 2/3 innings for Gonzalez in his debut. We got a lefty on lefty matchup here. It's going to be a base hit to center. Come on. Severino to second. The runner goes, why would you throw to third there? Tying runs in scoring position for Machado. Machado to third. Mason Wynn. All right, we get out of it. So Gonzalez gives us 7 2/3 innings, 1 hit, 13 strikeouts. Gave us half a WAR in one start. I will take that. All right. So we got 8-9-1. Crooks, Siani, Nootbaar here against Jose Quijada. Lefty, lefty, lefty. 1 out. 2 outs. That's a quick 8th. 3 outs, so 3 strikeouts for Quijada. And they will bring in Henkes to try to close things out. He'll lead off. He'll start with Tatis. Strike him out. This is Henkes' first pitch since the 2023 season. Now Murphy hits it out to right. That will stay in the park. Walker makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. Now for Bogarts. Strikes out, and that is an opening day. You love to see that. So not much offense, only 5 hits. The RBI single from Kyle Tucker, the solo home run from Encarnacion Strand. Tony Gonzalez, 7 2/3 of 1 hit, 1 walk, 13 strikeout baseball. Henkes pitches the 9th, gets the save. And I would say that's a pretty solid opening day. So I am now going to sim ahead to the end of April. I'll come back in May, and we'll go from there. I'll be right back. Hey, we're back. It's May 1st, and your Cardinals are 16-10. I haven't really looked at anything. We just hit May 1st. Looks like Mookie hit his 300th career home run. We got player development. Gerardo Salas looks like he gets a little bit better. Cooper Zerpe, he gets better as well. Jose Davila, yeah, not a lot of our big time prospects, but it looks like there's some good movement here from some of our younger guys. Pino, he's having a good start to his season. Yeah, none of these guys are great, but never bad to have some depth. And Zerpe might be okay. I mean, he's in Double-A ball right now. I like that. I mean, he's got 4 decent pitches. The BABIP on balls in play. Hitter of the month in the AL, Johnny DeLuca. Michael Harris in the National League. Mason Miller is your pitcher of the month in the American League. Really, Aaron Nola, 3-0, 1-2-3. Okay. And we didn't even get the pitcher of the month. Really, we didn't get the rookie of the month either. Tony Gonzalez was just 3-1 with a 1.70 ERA, a 55-4 strikeout to walk ratio in his first month in the majors, but that's okay. Let's start with looking at the pitching really quickly. Pitching stats. Yeah, our Tua, what are we looking at here? That is spring training. That's not what I want. Game type. Splits, none. There we go. Yeah, our two aces, Gonzalez and Crochet, are acting like it. They're 6-2 with a sub-2 ERA. They've both been phenomenal this year. Palante has been really good as our number 5. I mean, you can't ask for more than a 1.85 ERA. McGreevy's our starting pitching's been awesome. Look at our 5 starters. Only Quinn Matthews has an ERA around 4. Henkes has been elite as our closer. 11 saves in the month of April, which tells me we're playing a lot of one-run games. Zach Thompson, Justin Slayton haven't pitched much. Neither of them have been particularly good, but our starters have been going deep into games, so they haven't been needed. Puck's been used a lot. He's been fine. So, yeah, overall, good start from the pitching perspective. From a hitting perspective, I think Jordan Walker heard me, folks. He hit 273, 340, 534 in the month of April. Hit 5 home runs, drove in 12, led us in home runs. So I think maybe he heard us. We're stealing bases at an absurd rate. Michael Ciani's got 11 in 26 games. He was hitting about 070. So I went down into the minors and I forced Garcia into center field to start working on his center field defense. And then he started hitting and started stealing bases at a ridiculous clip. So we're going to continue to let him go, even though he's hitting 120. If he steals 70 bases this year, I will take it. Yeah, Tucker has gotten off to a bad start. I suspect he'll turn it around, but we'll see. David Hamilton also off to a rough start. Both almost negative. Well, Hamilton is negative, a full WAR. He's even been bad defensively, which is a little weird because I guess his ratings aren't nearly as good. So maybe he's not the answer. Maybe Weatherholt is that guy sooner rather than later. How's he doing in AAA? Yeah, I mean, maybe we give Hamilton another month and then he becomes a backup infielder / pinch runner. I don't know. But our catching situation has been fine, at least from a hitting perspective. Well, maybe not. I mean, Crooks hasn't done particularly well. His fielding, he's fine. His frame rate is okay. Pages he's got an 800 OPS, and his frame rate's a little bit low. Yeah, so what I thought was going to happen was that Crooks was going to be the better hitter, but that hasn't been the case so far. Encarnacion Strand, 3 home runs, 7 RBI. Wasn't expecting much out of him. But if he gives us 20 home runs, I'll take it. And I think he's been pretty good defensively too. Yeah. So all in all, not a bad start to the season. And we're gonna just keep simming. We're gonna sim up to the combine. We'll sim through the combine, and then I will call it an episode. So we got Gonzalez on the mound today against Miami. There's another win, 6-4. ERA goes up over 2 now. Oh, what are we gonna do? Good game for Jordan Walker. He hits 3 home runs. So maybe it's starting to come around for him. Paredes hits a home run as well. Newpar's playing better out of that leadoff spot this season. If he can give us this number for sure, that's solid there. All right, next game. Crochet going today. Another win, 4-2. 2 hits for Win, Paredes, and Crooks. Tucker hits his second. Newpar hits his third. Again, we're stealing a metric crap ton of bases. Henkes with another save. Sweet Miami behind Andre Palante, and we don't. We lose 5-3. Now we got some important games. We got 3 games at Cincinnati. We can put some real distance between us and the Reds here if we can sweep them. That's not going to happen. In fact, they take game 1, now McGreevy, and they take game 2, and we lose Pages for 6 weeks. Okay. Well, that's a rough back-to-back. We got walked off. Did Henkes blow his first save of the year? He did. Encarnacion Strand homered twice in that game. Oof. All right. So I think we go to the 21-year-old. We go to Bernal. We're sitting 3-11 down in AAA, and I think we're going to hand him the reins here. Yep. We're going to hand him the reins. He's the better bat by far. He's got a better arm as well. We are going to move Hamilton down. We'll do this. I don't like having 3 lefties at the bottom of the order like that. That may be where Garcia and Weatherholt's a lefty, isn't he? Or is he a switch? All right, so we lose back-to-back games to the Cardinals. Not great, but we got Gonzalez going in game 3 to hopefully settle things down for us. No, we get swept. Okay. So we got a game lead on Cincinnati and Milwaukee. Now we're playing Pittsburgh. There we go. We bounce back with a 6-0 win. Tucker, couple of hits. Paredes homers twice. 4 more stolen bases. Crochet gives us 5 2/3. I don't want to increase the hook too much or slow down the hook too much just because of the 45 stamina. And really what he's been doing has been working. Our bullpen hasn't been great yet, and we're still struggling offensively, but we got a couple of pieces in the minors that are ready to replace these two, right? Hamilton and Ciani are ready to be replaced. I think I give Weatherholt till the end of May. I think we call him up in June. I think June 1st is a good call-up time. Let him play second base. Same thing with Garcia. How's he doing defensively in center? A little below average, but he'll get the rest of the month to finish things off. And then I think we just run with Weatherholt and Garcia. Palante today. Oh, there's another loss. Okay, we bounce back. A 13-inning, 10-6 victory. What do we got going on here? Prieto with 3 hits. Win a couple of hits. Looks like Tucker hit a 3-run homer. That average climbing a little bit. Ugh, that's ugly so far. Matthews goes 6. Contreras, Henkes blows the save. Estrada. Okay. Now we got the Dodgers, which isn't great. We win game 1 against the Dodgers, and we lose Roansy Contreras for 5 weeks. All right. We'll replace him in a second. Tucker hits a home run. Bernal with his second already. He's only at 133. In fact, both of his hits have been home runs. Hamilton, he hits a home run. McGreevy pitches well. All right. So we have to call up a pitcher here. We really haven't. I haven't really thought much about our pitching staff, honestly. At least from a minor league perspective. Do we go King? He's been terrible. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't help me. We'll go Lautos just because he had a really good spring training. We'll just make him long relief. We will do this. We will avoid high leverage with Thompson. I'd like Liberatore. Yeah, we definitely need another arm in the pen. Definitely need another arm in the pen if we're going to compete. But I didn't know that we would be competing. I mean, I figured we'd be better, but Tani against Gonzalez today. We win 2-0. 2 hits for Walker. RBIs for Walker and Ciani. Gonzalez. Look at that, 72-11 walk to strikeout ratio. He's on pace for 5.9 WAR as a rookie. Yamamoto against Crochet is a 3-2 loss. All right. Now we got Philadelphia coming in. Ooh, Painter's having a rough season. Good pitcher. Extreme ground ball. You like that. Palante today against Painter. Of course, we lose to the 0-6 pitcher. Now Quinn Matthews. Back-to-back. Tough losses. We're not in first place anymore. The Cubs have passed us up. Again, it's our bullpen and our hitting. We're hitting for power. We're stealing some bases, but I might have to make these. No, we're going to wait. We're going to wait until June 1st. That was the plan. Now we lose Henkes for 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. Now things start to get a little hairy. I don't have. We call up Jerpy from Double A. I mean, he's pitching really well. I think we're going to do that. Ugh. This is really disappointing. Getting sidetracked, sorry. I mean, he's 25. Let's just do it. Let's see what it wants to do with our bullpen now. It makes Slayton the closer. All right. has not been a good stretch here. We are 6-9 here in May. Now we got Atlanta. Yeah, it's our bullpen. Our bullpen has really blown things up on a number of occasions. Walker continues to hit. Tucker's got the average to 188, so it's climbing. Walker, Hamilton 3 hits. Gonzalez 8 shutout innings. Get back-to-back wins. Nope. Now Palante, as we look to take the series from Atlanta. We do. Okay, well that's good. We're still not in first place, but we took 2 out of 3 from the 29-14 Braves. Good game for win. It's 3 hits, 3 RBI. Jordan Walker hits a triple. Lautos comes in, gets trucked, but Puck, Liberatore, Estrada, and Slayton settle things down. Day off today. Matthews, just 1-4 for the rookie this year. The control got better. Yeah, he looks like he's going to be pretty good. Just be patient with him. Just be patient with the rookie against Minnesota today. Is a 2-1 win. He doesn't get the win, but he pitches really well. 5 1/3. 6 hits, no runs. Fernandez blows the save, but Slayton comes in, picks up his 3rd save. Nootbaar, Baker, both homer. Lucan Baker. Not playing a ton, but he's been productive when he's been out there. Encarnacion Strand, his averages dip below 2. So we have 4 regulars who are hitting less than 200 right now. Yeah, we're definitely, again, we're gonna hold off until June 1st. How's Garcia doing defensively now? Still not good, but we're gonna need him to play center field, and then Weatherholt is just tearing up AAA. So, and Garcia's hitting. 990 OPS with 11 home runs. So, yeah, those 2 guys are coming up in about a week. McGreevy now, another win, 3-1. Hamilton 4 hits top of the order. He's not ready to give up that starting job just yet. He's still been awful defensively. Yeah, he may not have a choice. Steals his 11th base. Good start from McGreevy. Slayton with another save. We look for the sweep behind Gonzalez. And we don't get it. We lose 4-1 in 10. Estrada blew the save. Puck gets the loss. Look at Tony Gonzalez, man. He is a beast. Spencer Strider against Crochet. Back-to-back losses. 3 straight losses. Quinn Matthews helps us avoid the sweep. Kyle Tucker up to 197. Bernal, Burleson, Hamilton all with 2 hits. Tucker hits his 5th home run. Another good start for Matthews. Zerpe. That was his first appearance. He may stick. I don't know. I mean, it's only 1 outing, but he may stick. All right, so we got the Cubs in a battle for first place here, going to the end of the month of May. McGreevy against Ben Brown in game 1. We lose 8-1. Now Tony Gonzalez. We lose 6-0. Oh, not a good series. We at least take 1 out of 3 as we end the month of May. No, we get swept to finish the month. That ain't good. Keeps telling me Gonzalez ratings are dropping, even though they've all stayed the same. Palante gets better. Jordan Walker gets better. Andy's been our best hitter this year. Pete Hansen in AAA gets better. That's nice to see. Garcia's ratings dropped because I made him a center fielder. Radchitz gets better. I'm just looking for guys who might be able to come up and help us. Clemente, he's not ready yet, but if that stuff continues. Zach Showalter gets a lot better. Wow. Okay, that's nice to see. We're going to bump him up to AA right now, and we will disable the AI promotion. Savakul. So good gains from some of our minor leaguers. Baez gets better. It's time to call him up to Double A as well. That's not what I wanted to do, but we will call him up to Double A. It's not what I wanted to do. We will disable the AI promotion. All right, so hitter of the month in the American League is Jason Dominguez. Brady House in the National League, Shane McClanahan, Tony Romero. He was the consolation prize in the free agency this year, and he got $27 million for 4 years. Andrew Morris in the AL, Tony Romero in the NL. All right. So we said we were going to do it, so I think we do it. Prieto will go down, and tell me he's hurt now. He's suspended. Can I call him up nonetheless? I can. All right, now Garcia. The center field thing isn't working, but I think we need the bat in the lineup. So if we call him up, I think we just sort of deal with the defensive downgrade. Yeah, I think we just deal with the defensive downgrade. And then tomorrow we will have Weatherholt in the lineup as well. So let's do this. Hamilton will get one more start at second base. How's Bernal doing? 15 for 65. Strikeout rate less than 20%. I'll take it. It's not great, but I'll take it. Hamilton's been bad. Ciani has been. Ciani's got a positive WAR with a 26 OPS because of his defense. It's ridiculous. All right. So we got to get to the combine, and then we will pause and we'll take a look at stats and we'll call it an episode. Kyle Tucker with a much better month. 271, 377, 458 with 5 home runs. Yeah, that's a much better May. Getting used to the new environment, I think. Palante here against Flaherty. Hopefully we don't drop to 500. No, we win 9-7. And of course, Ciani gets the start. Tucker with a home run. Paredes drives in 4. Our bullpen does the job there. So now... we not call Weatherholt up? Where did he go? Oh, there he is. What's more important right now? Burleson's not hitting, so let's get a pitcher for him. Cannot. Well, we can, but not a particularly good one. It's a little disappointing. Can he go down to the minors? He can. All right, we're going to do that. I'm going to call up Weatherholt. And let's go ahead and set that. We'll just do like that, and then that, and we'll get him a start every 4th game. I don't really have... My bench is now really weak offensively, but, whatever. Weatherholt will come in here as well, and I think now we switch these two, and we do something like that. All right. Ooh, Henkes is eligible to come off the DL. That's nice. Following a 12-3 loss, Lautos can go back down to AAA. Henkes is back. Let's just let the Slayton, Puck, Estrada. Our bullpen has not been good. Our bullpen has been the opposite of good. It has been very, very bad. But if we're hanging around next month, I mean, we're what, a game out of first place, a couple games out of first place, yeah, 3.5, game and a half, or game out of the wild card. So, um, if we hang around, then maybe we try to add to the bullpen. But I'm not crazy about lose again. I'm not crazy about um, moving prospects at this point, even though some of them don't look like they're going to turn into anything. Like Elwanger is just completely deteriorated here. Look at that. That is just friggin' brutal, man. Especially with the number 5 pick. All right, we got the Cubs with Gonzalez going today. We win 2-0. Big win there. Much needed win. 7 innings of 1 hit ball. Nootbaar Paredes homer. I mean, I'm happy to go back to Ciani if Garcia doesn't hit, but I wanted to give him a shot. McCullough against Crochet. Back-to-back shutouts over the Cubs. They got 2 hit yesterday. They got 1 hit today. When our starting pitching is on, we are tough to beat. Encarnacion Strand with a home run. Walker, Wynn, Paredes, all with 2 hits. All right, we got the draft combine. And I think we're picking... we're picking like 5th, 4th. All right, we're picking 4th this year. Hopefully we have a better run this year than we had last year. So we're going to get... Oof, look at this guy. Holy heck. Okay. I mean, I assume he is going to be the first pick, right? The second pick. The Nationals have the top 2 picks in the draft, by the way, because they didn't sign Holiday last year. That is an absolutely insane starting pitcher. He's not going to be there when we pick, but we're going to look at this guy. 0160 angst. That's a tough name to go through life with. I'm just looking at starters here. Looking at these 21, 22-year-olds. Just start with those 3. Oh, man, if Matt Smith could fall to us. I mean, come on. He's not going to, but maybe we get lucky and the AI goes, look at all these bats, and that's what they go with. I mean, I'm not going to take a first baseman in the first round. Grady Emerson is on here. Why am I not seeing Holiday? Shouldn't he be on here? Holiday. Draft eligible. Oh, in 2028. Okay, he's not draft eligible anymore. Interesting. All right. Not sure how that works, truth be told. Look at him. Yeah, Brian Meyer looks like a stud. There are some impressive bats in this. All right, so we will add these guys. I mean, that's the guy we want, Matt Smith. We sweep the Cubs. We can. We win 4-3. He's on here and considering his demand as well, he's not going to last. He's not going to last. I wish he would last, but he's not going to last. So Weatherholt with his first career home run. That's nice to see. Palante pitches well. We got an off day today. Let's just get through the combine here. And Tony Cuello is not eligible to play in the DSL because he's too old. Rosie Contreras continues to get hurt. Yeah, I'm hoping he slips down into this area, but my guess is he ends up as that top pick, which isn't great, but all right. Kodai Senga going against us today. 7-0. 2 more days. I'm just keeping an eye on accuracy and stuff. 5-4 win. Scouting accuracy on Smith is low, but well, I guess it's high here, but oh my gosh. 5-4 win. Paredes 2 hits, Encarnacion Strand 2 hits. In fact, they both homer. Newtbar homers as well. McGreevy. All right. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. You know what? No, let's take a quick look at the stats before we go anywhere. Offensively, Wynn, Paredes, Walker, Newtbar have been our 4 best players. Yeah, Mason Wynn. I mean, he's been worth 1.8 WAR, but a lot of that, I mean, offensively, he's been better this year than he was last year, but a lot of that is coming from his defense. Paredes, 9 home runs, 33 RBI. Not striking out as much as I expected him to. Well, I guess given his avoid K, that makes sense. He's having a nice year. Jordan Walker, he's given us the power that we need. Still waiting for that number to tick up, but at 55, he's on pace to hit 30 home runs. Newtbar having a nice season this year, giving us 365 on base percentage at the top of the order. Crook's doing a good job. Ciani, he's not hitting. He's got a 39 WRC plus, a 35 OPS plus, but he's positive WAR because of his defense. Encarnacion Strand has given us a little bit of pop. Garcia just 3 first 21. He may go back down here shortly. Bernal, I mean, he's 22, so I'm not really worried about it, but you know, he'll be fine, I think. Then Kyle Tucker is, I mean, he's struggling. There's no 2 ways about it, but he's been better the last month than he was the first month. Pitching, it's all about Gonzalez and Crochet. They are monsters. They both have 2.11 ERAs. Both are allowing opponents to hit about $1.60 off them. Neither of them are walking that many. Both of them have identical ERA pluses. They've been phenomenal. Palante and McGreevy have been good, and even Matthews, his ERA is a bit high, but that FIP is a little bit lower. So we definitely need some help in the bullpen, but that'll be for next episode. So that's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, leave a comment. If you've watched to this point, leave the video a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll talk to you all in the next one. Bye-bye.